I guess we've got to start making some cinematic videos. So before we start, let me show you a video I actually produced. Okay, it's not Steven Spielberg worthy, but it's something that I created, and I just want you to be very conscious about not only the sound but even the sound effects. So a lot of the examples we've shown you, unfortunately, sometimes you can't really hear the sounds, but I try to add more layers of, really taking it to a much higher level of production, because it's not just about creating these scenes, but how can you make them into talking actors, or even adding those sound effects, or even background music effects. So what I'm going to do, let me just play you this quick short video, okay, for you right now.
The override isn't working. Initiate protocol vortex.
Protocol vortex
infected.
will destroy the station.
Earth exposure.
Elliot, I'm sorry. 30 seconds.
You were just trying to survive.
Yes.
That's
Too
all.
many infected.
Earth can't risk exposure.
I can fix it, Bria. I can do it.
How? 15 seconds. Virus neutralized. Countdown aborted.
What are you?
Something new. I didn't mean to change.
Hey, so I would love to take credit for that, but I simply can't take credit. And you're probably wondering, what do you mean? Well, number one, ChatGPT built the entire script, which I'm going to walk you through the entire process. Okay. Number two, VideoExpress. All I simply done was copy and paste. That's it. And then I found some little sound effects and I added those. So now I want to walk you through the exact process of how this was made, so you can actually see. Okay, and one of the questions that I saw in the comments section is, a lot of you may be sitting on the fence and thinking, you know what, how do I come up with an idea? I think that's one of the biggest hurdles everybody has. Like, what niche, what industry, what category do I go into? Am I doing entertainment? Am I doing education? Am I doing storytelling? Am I doing history lesson? I just don't know. And the short answer is, try everything. Just go have fun. Just find a video. I mean, we've seen some good examples that we'll share. And I'm going to give you another really good strategy, is you can actually, very naughtily, but it's an unfair advantage. You can actually reverse engineer other people's videos and get ideas from it. Okay, so one of your best friends right now, I would really say, is ChatGPT is your friend. Okay. The reason I say that is, when we're creating videos, as we're going to do, one of the things is coming up with the concepts of the storyboard, coming up with the scenes, the image scene prompts, the video action prompts, and you need everything already structured in such a way that you don't need to be wasting time going back and forward. So what I mean by that is, look, one thing we'll share with you again, you'll have access to this document, what I call my workflow document. So all of this, believe it or not, was built with ChatGPT, okay? And I'll show you how that's going to look in ChatGPT. So very first thing, all I did is I asked it, this is the prompt, so you'll get the exact step-by-step process that I used, okay? First, I asked it, write a short 60-second film script and make it a sci-fi related video, all right? Look, even the grammar's appalling, but it doesn't matter, okay? So some of the key things I want you to see is that even though it says short 60-second, this is interchangeable. If you want to make it longer, make it up to 5 minutes long. Okay, and also we do have the additional app. So even if you go over that 5 minutes, you can make multiple number of 5-minute clips and add them all together. Okay, so essentially you can make really long length videos. Secondly, when it comes to sci-fi related, you can make it any other genre that you so decide. Now, what I found is that if you're using ChatGPT and you go into ChatGPT, like I'm going to show you now, write a short 60-second film script, okay? Now, what it did, it actually created the script first for my video. Now, you may be thinking, but isn't this the other way around? Like, isn't this a bit odd? Okay, so you're making a video, but first, before you make the video, you're making the script about how the actors are going to be speaking. So what the next step would be is once you have your script, okay, we just copy and paste it, put in our document. Now the next prompt that I used was, ChatGPT prompt. Now make and label them scenes. Okay, so what it's going to do as you scroll down, check this out. Okay, it's made individual scenes. Okay, so it's segmented that script into individual scenes, right? Very smartly. Now you may be thinking, okay, yeah, but this is not really giving me those images and prompts. So remember, we're doing a workflow. We're trying to keep this. I mean, you may find a better workflow, but I thought this was a really simple, easy to follow workflow. Have the script, then we segment it into scenes. And then what we do, we take it one step further. Now we say for each scene, give me the image scene prompt and the video action prompt. Is everybody following? Can you see how this is now panning out? Now we have, if we want to create voiceovers, okay, text to speech, if you want to do your own voiceovers, if you want to import, we have now the ability to have a script that actually goes with our story. If you want to make our characters now talking characters, we can do that. Okay, we don't have to, but it's optional if that's what we choose to do. Now, once I've made that request to ChatGPT, and again, you will have access to this document, so you can kind of model this, or you could even put this in ChatGPT yourself and say, find a much better workflow and improve this, or engineer a better prompt so I can find it much more easier to follow through with, okay, or the process. You can make the process much, much easier for yourself. So next, what you're now going to see is that taking the entire script and the scenes, it has now created multiple, I think 7 scenes there. Okay, so we've got 7 scenes. Okay, and each scene will give me a breakdown of both the image scene prompt and the video action prompt. Okay, now the fascinating thing with this is, especially when Sid mentioned that if we come to VideoExpress and we go to create with AI, now guess what? You actually have a couple of options. You have the option of creating from the is what I created. So I'm going to open up the project so you can actually see what it looks like. Okay, let's hopefully it is. Let's open this up. Yes, this is the one. Open cinematic project. And now can you see this right down here? Now, you may be thinking it's a lot, but to be honest, it took me no time at all. Okay, all it did is just, if I'm completely honest, it's just how far you want to go with your design. Well, how far do you want to go with your level of productions? And everything was done within VideoExpress, if I'm completely honest. So, how did I come up with this? How can you build this yourself? Is you've seen all these great examples, and I want every single one of you to be creating these high level Hollywood production style videos. Okay, anyone can do it. It doesn't need to be Hollywood. It could be any kind of other style or illustration videos. However, how can you also generate it even if you have, or you believe that you've got maybe you're new. I've seen so many people that have just joined and just want to get on board and just create amazing videos. So let's go through this workflow. Okay, so I'm going to start with new. Now, coming back to my document, I've got a couple of scenes, haven't I? So if you remember, we went to ChatGPT. So I'll open up in ChatGPT so it's much clearer. Now it's going to give us two elements to this: the image scene prompt and the video action prompt. Now, if I go to the image scene prompt and I go into VideoExpress, I'm going to let's close this down. Okay, so if I go to create from prompt, and this is another you could say this is another important point. So it's always great to try these two variations. So when you come to the image scene prompt, one of the key things to remember is where it says image type, I would recommend you can try 2 variations: human. Okay, so I'm not going to enhance prompt because ChatGPT has already done that for me. You can share it to public gallery, but I'm just going to keep this nice and simple. So I'm going to select create image. Now it's off and it's going to start creating that image for me. Now, as Sid mentioned this before, that if you want to make another variation, you're not happy, you can recreate it. Now, for the second one, what I would suggest, you don't have to, you can try photorealistic, okay, for that more cinematic style. Because the way the AI works is obviously it's going to be tuned in. That's going to make a more cinematic style imagery for you, okay? So I'm going to go create image. So I'm going to make 2 versions. Now, when you're happy with these versions, it's one of my rule of thumb is you don't have to, but I always make a copy. I always save one. So I can put it back in my document. And you've probably seen this back in my document here. So if I come down, I'll always make a reference image. And if there's particular characters, then I can repurpose those characters and make them into consistent characters. Okay, so we have those imageries. So let's now review those two images. Okay, one was made as a human image type. Okay, that's a human image type. Second one, more cinematic. Okay, so experiment, try different versions, and one of the, I think a lovely thing Sid did mention is that sometimes don't try to chase perfection, because you'll get lost chasing perfection, because you'll never be satisfied. That's the honest truth. So the more times you do this, the more familiar you get with the app, the more you I would say, once you work with ChatGPT and get better at your prompts, let ChatGPT do all the hard work. Let it start building out your prompts, and you just have a discussion with it. Say, this is what I want. I want you to give me the best style prompt, and this is the effect that I want, and I want it to be amazing cinematic production. That's it. Okay. So let's now go to the image scene prompt. So once that's done, keep a copy. Great. Okay. Coming back now to video action prompt. Okay. Now with the video action prompt, now one thing Sid did mention, yes, you can bring, right? You can bring the image scene prompt across to the video action prompt. But again, what I like to do, I'll work with ChatGPT and I want to create something different. I want to direct in such a way that it's going to create a more cinematic production in terms of the video. So the image scene prompt, I just want you to picture it. It's the reference image, isn't it? It's a reference image. And when we direct the video action prompt, we're bringing that image to life. And then we're trying to direct the AI. This is what we expect to happen from our reference image scene prompt. And it's just about, sometimes you may not get a good result, like Sid mentioned, amazingly put. Sometimes AI does have a mind of its own. However, when we're working with apps like ChatGPT and it understands that language, we can easily copy and paste and bring those prompts across, and we can create those versions. Now, check this out. So if I go to create video now, okay, I created that video. And what I can also do, this is a great way of looking at it. See the first image? I can go make a second version as well. I can make two versions and see which one comes out the best. Okay. Now, once that's done, okay, that's off and loading. You'll see this in the My AI Videos tab. Okay, those aren't being now processed. Now, for those, I know many of you will have Artistly. Okay. So another thing is that what you can do, you don't have to, but if you have Artistly, I'm just going to really quickly touch on this, because with Artistly, obviously, it does make some amazing style images, and VideoExpress, it does make images, but obviously Artistly AI makes images that are, it's a design application, isn't it? So you'll see the images I even created, a good, huge amount were created within Artistly, okay? And obviously they connect via the API, which you can watch a tutorial on how to do that. So I can take this prompt. So this is where I was before I was getting go off track. I come here and I can also, if I want, if you have Artistly, you can do this. If you don't, it's fine. VideoExpress will do the same thing. But I took that image scene prompt and I can come and generate images in Artistly, and I can see the quality of them as well, because that will also elevate the production level. Okay, but you don't have to. Now, as we're allowing that to go build, okay, so remember the first scene we created, create from prompt. Now, the way I created it, I thought, what's the fastest way for me to create the video with the least amount of effort? Because I know many of you are busy. So I'm thinking, how can a user create a video, like just generate high quality videos in the shortest space of time? Because sometimes, yes, it takes a little bit of time, but what about volume? If you could do a balance between volume and quality, is it possible? And this was the fastest way, and I'll show you how I created it. So see, scene one has the image scene prompt, and then we have the video action prompt. Guess what? I take, okay, I can take this, okay, the video action prompt. Let's come back to VideoExpress, and we can do text to video. So here, look, video prompt. And all I do, I can do video booster and create video. Okay. And another way is, again, you can also take the image scene prompt and you can try the other version as well, okay, for the best result as part of your story. Now, if I open this, okay, this is the scenes that I made. Now, so each scene as part of my 7-scene story, that was all ChatGPT created. Now, I'm going to try to build this in front of you like I done it for the, well, I've done it for the first time, okay, so let's just say I come to create with AI, okay, I go to, obviously, I've gone to text to video for each and every single one of them I built. I just came and put the video prompt one by one. Now, once that's done, once I've done that one by one, you will see every single thing that was created was all done here. Okay, so I'm going to just show you how each scene will now look. So this was the very first scene. So in my document, you'll have access to this. You will see and you can follow the workflow. This is the exact same thing that was created. Okay. And this is another important point, is that you'll see I've highlighted this in yellow. There's a reason I put that in yellow, because I've added that myself. So even ChatGPT gave me a version. Okay, it gave me a version. But if I come back to VideoExpress and I create from prompt, I come here and check this out. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to create, let's keep it human. Okay, create image. I'm just going to come back here because I've got another version that hasn't got that. So I can tweak it. So like we mentioned before, working with ChatGPT and things like that, you do not have to just rely on it. You can make your own personal tweaks. Okay. So check this out. There's no humans. So what I'm going to do, and those that are asking, am I going to show how to add audio? Yes, I'm going to show you how you can use the inbuilt VideoExpress audio clips for sound effects and things like that, and how then you can align it. Also, I'm going to show you an amazing way, not amazing way, but another strategy, how you can take a snippet of your clips and make them in talking videos, and then how you can do voiceovers and things like that, and just get that more dynamic video effect. So what we're going to do, so now I've added lots of people sitting at the terminals, and let's go create another version. Okay. So I understand, look, it is a process. It does take time. So thank you for every single one of you that is being patient. And check this out now. Right. Can you see the difference? ChatGPT gave me one version. Okay, this was the first version. Right. And if I want, I can. This is another really important point. If I want, I can take this image, I can go to consistent character, and I can tweak it. Right. I can, if I like this image, there's nothing stopping me from actually using this image, just enhancing it. However, if I go to the second one, now I've added people into the image, the second version. And now this looks a little bit more as you would expect. Okay. And let's just say sitting at terminal, instead of lots of people standing. Okay, and create. So here we go. Okay, so here's another one. Look at that. So you've got people standing there, and we've got a nice mixture as well of there. So this one, yeah, it looks a little bit more, I don't know. It looks like an old battered ship, but I think this one, this looks the best, isn't it? So what we can do now, we've got the image scene prompt. And for this one, the same thing, we'll just go and we'll copy that and bring it across. Okay. And create video. So I'm just trying to reinforce the basic steps of doing this when you're creating it. So now we have, okay, we've got a couple of videos that we've just created. So what we'll do, let's have a nice clean slate just to show you the steps. And remember, we made different versions and we can see which one looks the best. Right. Okay. So they actually both look good. Let's have a look again. But the issue with this one, it's not an issue, it's actually good, but I can't see her face. Now, if I want, if I'm completely honest, I can, build out the female subject in the video, because we haven't seen her face, so it doesn't matter, right? We can actually recreate it. We can recreate this scene, and here's a another way. You don't have to do this, but I find this, this is makes your life a lot easier. Okay, whether it's her, or if you want to make things a little bit easier, but it's completely up to. I'm going to show you two ways. So see this one now here. We can see her face, isn't it? So I'm going to show you something which just, I guess, it makes life a little bit more easier. So what I'm going to show you now, I'm going to take a picture of her. And what we do, I'm going to come to my media library. Okay. I'm going to upload. So sometimes if you're creating these scenes and you've got this female, how would you then allow her to become consistent in your videos, right? This is the key thing, isn't it? Because sometimes when you're using create with AI, or you're going to use text to video, you're not going to have consistent characters in these scenes. So this is another way how you can then transform those characters, or how you can obtain the still from the image and make them consistent. So I'm going to upload that. Okay. Now, what you can do, you come over to ChatGPT. I'm going to show you a really easy way. You can just drag and drop the scene. Okay. So, and what you say, give me the exact image scene prompt for this. I want everything the same. Okay. That's it. It's just really, really simple. And we'll give that a few moments just to marinate. And that's the image scene prompt. And if I want, I can ask it for a video prompt as well, video action prompt. I come back now. Okay, so let's just say we've built all of our scenes out now. We've got all of our scenes, etc., etc. Which I'm actually, let me show you how that's going to look, so you can actually follow with me. So if we've got this scene, then we've got the second one. So we've got her there, isn't it? Now the issue is we want a bit of a longer scene with her. So what we're going to do, we're going to go create with AI consistent character. Let's go to reference photo. We've got her uploaded. And there's two ways. You can keep this simple. You can actually say, look, exact photo, weirdly. Not weirdly, but yeah, you can keep it really, really simple. Create image, and let's look. Exact photo. Now remember, you can, depend on the devices that you're creating, with the landscape or vertical, those are the ones that you're going to hit. And check this out. So it's taken that snippet and it's extended it now. Okay. Now what I can do with the video action prompt, I can say, okay, give me the video action prompt. She's angry and typing. Make it dramatic. If you want to talk about lens angles, if you want the camera to maybe zoom, spin around or do a 360, come in close, come out, back and forward, whatever you want, you can actually do all of that stuff. So cut to a close-up of her face. Okay. So come back here. And again, we have the image now. Always save it as the reference, okay? And what we do, we go ahead and we create video. But before you do it, you don't have to. You can do video length booster. And this is how you make her talk, okay? Select talking photos. The moment you go to create video, you'll have options here now. So if I go to my script, let's just say theoretically, I go to my script. Remember in my workflow, I had a script ready here. And check this out, okay? This was the captain. The override isn't working. AI initiate protocol vortex. I come in, I paste it. Now, amazingly, what you can do, if you come to a female voice, you'll see there's emotion in it. So for this one, I'm going to put her as, let's put her as terrified. And what you can do, you can gently slow it down for that more, it's a psychological thing, isn't it? She's more slowed down in her speech because she's scared. And I've done this countless time where you can actually test out. You can import the speech where it's not technically saving it, but you can listen to it first. You won't be able to hear it, but I can hear it. Okay, you can do voice recording. You can import audio. It's up to you. But for this one, I'm happy with it. I select create talking video. The moment I've done that, okay, that's it. That's now my other part of the scene. And then I can wait. So these are the other ones that have been done. And you can see how some of these are going to look. And again, we can take her image and we can make her into a consistent character. Oh, okay, so it's just like her now. Yes, okay, this is another really good example. So I want her as my character, isn't it? I want her. Okay, so what I can do, I could take an image of her. I come to my media library. I upload, add file, upload file. Okay, so I can take a screenshot. I can use her as a still. And then it's just basically coming to consistent character and using her there. Okay, exact image. And create. Now, obviously, if I take a bigger shot, then it's fine, but I just want that specific character. And the same thing, if you want, you can go into ChatGPT, drag and drop, and it will give you a much more thorough prompt. Especially image scene prompt is fine because we've got that there. Okay, you can see that. That's nice now. And the video action prompt. So then we can do talking photos. And let's just go to video action prompt. Yes, we need a video action prompt. Let's just say, so let me show you. I need a video action prompt for this captain talking. So if you're patient with this, the process is, it's a simple process. So I can do human or photorealistic. I'm just going to keep it as human. Okay. Now it's asking me for the speech. So let's just do this one. And I can do the same adjustments to show different emotions. Angry. Import. So I can test it. I always listen to my speech first. Okay, I'm happy with it. Okay, create. And that's it. And then we just allow it on its process and start building. So those are currently being processed right now. Okay. So what we'll do while these are getting built out, we're now going to start I'm going to show you the entire workflow that I did here and put the scenes together. Okay, and show you how I came up with all the sound effects. So the first one, as we scroll down, was scene. Okay, scene number one. Scene number one was this one right here. Scene number two with the boy. Scene number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's a black screen, which I put a bit of text, but that's fine. Now what we have here, okay, scene number 1. Now, what's fascinating with this is that if you ever come to a scene and you're unhappy with it and you want to make a tweak, simply go to the video, okay? This is, I guess, another really important point. Right-click and check where it says redesign. It'll always take you back into create from prompt, and you can actually go and make adjustments to that particular scene. If you want to recreate it, maybe you want to enhance it, maybe you want to change it, change the image type. Okay, maybe you want to make adjustments and make it into a talking photo. You can, because sometimes you don't want to. You have the issue, isn't it, that you don't want to recreate it entirely from scratch and going through the process, etc., etc. Okay, so now we have the scenes. Now, what you're going to notice with this is it's a little bit different from what you watched. The reason being is I then enhance these scenes itself. And what that means is if I go here, okay, let me show you. So I took, remember this lady here? Same process I've just shown you. I took an image of this lady, and then guess what I did? Let me show you what this looks like. Okay, version number 1, you can see now we've animated her. From the very snippet that we saw of her, we've now brought her to life in her own scene. And here's a second one. And it's a very good lip sync, this, okay? So what I do, I zoom into my track, and you can see this is where she is, isn't it? Right? And do you remember these tracks that I had? Now, if I want, I move things across. Okay, let's move things across because we want to add her scene into this, isn't it? And then if I want, I've got the very last one. Does it fit the scene? Yes. Okay, it looks really good. Now, next I have that young boy. Okay, so that was scene number 1. Now, just I want you to think scene number 2. I come back to my script. Okay, here we can see this is the prompts. All of this stuff you'll have access to. Now, I've got the image scene. It's just a boy. He's there. He's got some infection, you know, one of those viruses, and they don't want it to reach Earth. Now, what I did, the same process, I can take a snippet of him and I can make him a consistent character. That's exactly what I did. I wanted to put a bit more emphasis on him, make him a little bit more dramatic, should we say. So what I did, let's have a look. So I've got a couple of versions of him, and you can see. So I always test more than one. Here's the first one of him. He comes flying like Casper the Ghost. But I thought this one was a little bit better because I've got him as a talking character. So there is actually an amazing lip sync with this character here. Now, what I can do, I go to my timeline and I see on the timeline, you know, you can do a little bit of minor editing. You don't have to. We can see where that is. And you can see he's moving, isn't he? So if I want, I just bring this clip in and let's see what happens. So I can see it kind of gets a bit close here. So I want a halfway point. I think this is really good. I can cut. So I cut this. Can you see that? It's now made a separate clip. Right click, delete, and I bring that over across and check this out now. And there is lip sync. It's a talking character now. And this is how we built or use that consistent character ability. Now we have scene number 3 now. Okay. Now she's obviously on a device. So if I want to go back to the story, try to understand a little better. Yeah, okay. The lady, she's red warning lights, one hand, etc., etc. Now, so a long scene, do I really want it? I don't have to have it. I can slice it up a little bit more. And what you see, I have another, you know, one of the captains here. And I can add it, okay? It's like another variation of this lady here. Now, once I've done all of this stuff, okay, you're probably thinking we can take our scenes, we can make those characters, we can make them talking videos. Now, if you don't want to have talking characters or you want to mix just like similar to what I did, another great way is what you can do. If you simply go over to import media, you can use text to speech or voice record. If you want to do your own voices, if you think you can do, you know, multiple different voices, hey, have fun with it. Text to speech is something that I did also, where you can go. So what I would do in this example, if I'm not using talking photos, that ability of making a talking video, it's completely up to you. But in my version, I made a variety. I've done a mix. So for this one, I can make one long audio clip, but for me, I made snippets because I wanted to put them specifically where I want them. So I come here, I paste that part of the script. So this is why it's important, isn't it? When you've got everything in a document, you're just coming back, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. That's it. I mean, you can't. There's no way of getting confused with this stuff. But again, it depends on the level of production that you want to create. If you want to go above and beyond, great. Okay. And then I can see messages. I will show you transitions and things like that. So please be patient, because I know if I go off track, then we'll lose. But just before I continue, is everybody with me so far? Does this make sense? Because I'm hoping it makes sense, because I understand sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming. But as long as everybody right now just lets me know, yes, this makes sense, and you're getting ideas from this is the key thing. If you need any clarification, then I will obviously try to do better in that respect. Okay, great. So once I've done this, I would say, depending on your scene, when you're playing it, this is another key thing. If you want, ask ChatGPT what kind of voice should I have, what kind of emotion, etc., etc. But what I would do, I think many of us watch enough movies, isn't it, to understand. Try to feel like you're in the scene, and what is the emotion you're trying to convey? Because right now I know as part of this scene, there's an emergency. You've got red lights going on. So the person's either terrified, they're scared, etc., etc. So what I would do, obviously I know it's a female. I'm going to come to the female voice. I'm going to test a number of voices. So don't be shy just to pick one. And for emotions, depending on the scene, what I would do, I would try a different number of scenes. Let's say terrified. Okay, and what I've done, this actually might work well for you as well. I would slow down the speed of the voice depending on the urgency, or speed it up, and even make adjustments of the pitch. Once I do that, I select import speech, because I now want to demo the voice. I want to see, does it actually fit my scene? And you know, remember the key is, look, just have fun with it. Just get it out there if you have to. Don't overthink things like sometimes like I do and try to get things, but you don't have to. Just have fun with it. But when you start, having fun with it, and you think, you know what, I think I can make this better, than, hey, by all means, have, really enjoy the process, because it is fun. Once you, I guess, when you do it the first few times, it's a little bit daunting, but the more times you do it, it does get more fun. So once I have that, okay, you can see you can download that audio clip. Okay, that's it. You've got the audio clip. I just come back to my audio here, upload the file, and from my downloads, that's it. Upload the file. That's all I do. And then what I do, you can see now my clip is ready. I simply drag and drop onto the timeline. Guess what? It's a perfect length. Okay, depending where that lady is speaking, you can see I just align it where she's going to actually start speaking. Now, what's fascinating is that you see we have 2 tracks. What you need to do, if you want to add more tracks, like below, above or below, simply select, let's do below. Now we've got a 3rd track. Okay. And the reason we do this is that if we then want to add sound effects, so let's just say for this very first scene, remember we had her speaking, okay? Now what I did, I go to audio, I go to effects. Now many of you won't even know that some of these effects are there, okay? It just takes a little bit of time and go through these, right? And you'll be very fascinated. And for me, you can go search, but what I did, if I'm completely honest, I'm thinking of a space type theme, isn't it? So I want like even some of these sounds. Look, all I do is I play them and I see, is it fitting? Is it going to fit the effect? Because it's like sometimes some of these clips, even if it's a minute, it's like a trailer, isn't it? It's like fast, dynamic, impactful, right? It just pops. So what I do, I take one of the sound effects. Okay, let's just say there's an intruder alert. Okay, because we've got red alert. Let's have a look for this one. Okay, and what I do, intruder alert. Check this out. So remember, I've got the audio track here. That's the speaking. Okay, that's the text to speech, and now I've got a sound effect. Now, I don't need the full version. I just need it as part of that clip or that segment, okay, that 8 seconds. Now, next, one of the key things that I would do, I would right-click, I go to properties, and I adjust the volume because I don't want it overbearing that it goes over the speech. So I adjust it, and I put it on the lowest. And then what I do, I come back, and I play it now. I test it. Now, these little tweaks, they will drastically enhance your clip. So let me play just the start of it, like we've done, but you'll hear it.
The override isn't working. Initiate protocol vortex.
Protocol
Too many
vortex
infected.
will destroy the station.
Earth-jet risk exposure.
So you can even hear there's a flyby, like a jet. Okay. So in this one, can you see where it says jet flyby? Simple drag and drop. And you can see such a long clip. And if I zoom in, I can see how long is that audio for that. It's not very long. The sound wave is not long at all. I don't need a long clip like that. So what I can do, I can snip it, or I can just simply drag it down to exactly how I want it, and I play it. And the same way, I go to properties, I make an adjustment to the audio. If I want it louder, I put it louder. But it's about testing, make an adjustment, and then coming back and, you know, revisiting, saying, okay, you know what, this works really well. Okay. Now, last but not least, because you can imagine once you start building this out, okay, remember step by step. Don't worry, it's not as hard as you think it is, but you can see a step by step. The last one, you don't have to, but for me, what I did, if I go to, let's just say, if you have music, if you have your own music, fine, have something that really works. You can actually add a music track. Let's just put this one here. I drag and drop it, and you can see on my track, even though it's longer. Let me zoom out. I can simply copy and paste, and then I can adjust there. And with the same process, I can adjust the properties, put the volume down, make an adjustment. So it's not too overbearing over the speech or the sound effects, but it's completely up to you. Okay. And once you've done that, let's just save as example. Once you've done this process, remember, step by step, it won't, honestly, if I'm completely honest, it will not take you a lot of time. Okay, compared to doing this the manual way. If you're some kind, you know, if you went and hired someone, or you try to do this step by step, like from scratch as a copywriter, and do video animation, it would be impossible. So here, once you've done that, this is how it would then appear. Okay, so hopefully now you can see it's not, you know, when you first saw it, it looked a bit like, okay, that's quite a lot, it's a bit overwhelming. But here I have all my soundtracks here. Look, we've got modern jet flyby here. We've got the intruder alert. Then if I zoom in, you'll see these are my clips. Okay, down below, I've got all my audio tracks, which I use text to speech. I simply then copy and paste them there, and I align it with exactly the part of the video that I want.